the amount that I was eating wasn't correct, and especially for my body type. It's very important that we get in tune, do research, and find out what works for us as individuals, because everybody's different and we have to really respect where people are in their journey.
So I thought it was important that we made this the melanated one, so
Yes,
that we can know that our bodies are different.
ma'am.
Um,
My grandmother told me, and she would always remind me, eat your collard greens once a week and you live, and she lived to be 92.
that's right.
Yes, so greens, family. Calcium comes from greens. You don't have to drink milk for greens. You get it from your
And the
vegetables
protein is
and the
there too.
protein.
I'm really happy that I learned this in my 20s. It's because I got sick. And I was always the one that fed my friends. In my 40s, I catered to them. When you in a different country, you eat accordingly
Okay.
because your body can adjust.
This is the Life Podcast with Miss Jewell and Mama Naasira today. And we're going to talk about health and recovery and the benefits of having a healthy diet, becoming a vegan, or at least trying like me, and changing your life. Let's get into it. Mama Naasira, I'm so grateful that you accommodated me on this beautiful day in all your glory. And thank you so very much.
You're welcome.
Now, reason why I asked you to just sit down and have a candid talk is because you do so much. You have books, you've been a vegan for so many years, and you've helped a lot of people.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, I am Naasira Ageela, known as Mama Naasira.
Mhm.
And I have been in the Gambia 9 years. This is my ninth year completion. Yes, I have been delving into eating healthy for actually 50 years. I had gotten sick with hepatitis B when I was 19. And that was because I came up from a home where my mother was a home mom. She cooked. My father was a carpenter, and our food was on the table by 4:30, 5 o'clock. And we had balanced food.
Mm.
And to leave home and eating restaurant food and eating whatever, chips and burgers, well, that caused the problem. And the fact that I worked at UC Medical Center as a medical lab tech,
Mhm.
and I drew a patient's blood, and she jumped, and the needle stuck me at the age of
Wow.
19, and my life was changed from then on.
Hmm.
So,
Definitely, I can see
yeah.
that.
Yeah, so we have catered to friends over the last, I know every 10 years, our body changes. And I noticed in my 20s, I was able to, eat the acidic foods, the
Mhm.
meats and the dairy and all of that builds all this inflammation.
Right.
And as the time goes on, you start getting a lot of bloatiness and
Hmm.
gas and, not too nice skin challenges. So the doctor told me that I needed to eat the way my mother raised me.
Right.
So I had
Hmm.
that foundation. So there I took out the ham hocks because she used to like the ham hocks, the good ones. And I started using bouillon cubes and onions and garlic and bell peppers. And of course, we used to purchase spices and herbs from the Nation of Islam.
Okay.
So that foundation with herbs and spices helped me to, somewhat give you the taste,
Yes.
give you a taste where you can at least eat it and know that you're healing and getting healthy.
Now, me, I always put garlic, bell pepper in my food. That's a must. And everybody's used to using onions and stuff. But tell us more about the herbs that we could use that will activate the mind when we're dealing with recovery and detoxing.
Well, I think of turmeric. When I worked at the university in San Francisco, there were people from all over the world, from India, from Nigeria. So I had an opportunity to experience different spices and herbs like turmeric,
Mm-hmm.
cumin, cardamom. These spices were never, they were unheard of in our family. So I can say that taking these spices and herbs, they actually prevent you from going to the hospitals as much. And you don't wait until you become ill to start taking these things. You do it you do it on a daily basis. And especially now that we're like in our 50s, 60s, and 70s,
Yes,
we need
definitely.
to get, before we go to bed,
Hmm.
we should take a jar and put, well, I mix in a cup turmeric, black pepper, a little bit of cayenne pepper. And of course, Gambia has excellent
Hmm.
superfoods. You put the
Definitely.
moringa powder in there. You put
Mm.
the, and I don't know what I'm doing. This is just trial and error. You know, we weren't really educated on
Hmm.
this new lifestyle of eating. This is just over a period of time. But I put wonjo, which is hibiscus, in there,
Hmm.
cinnamon. Cinnamon is good for cancer
Blood.
and the
Yes.
blood, yes, all of that.
Mm.
And I just add my water in it, a little lime in it, my concoction,
Hmm.
and I just fill it up. And at nighttime, I drink a little. In the morning, I drink water and that. And I don't eat anything for a good 2 or 3 hours.
Now, you really said something that's really been profound for me since I'm on the God body liquid fast.
Mm-hmm.
And I also take ginger, garlic, blend it up with my turmeric, and I do that once in the morning and once before I go to bed.
Very good.
But when you're doing that kind of diet, it really purifies the blood. And that's most important, especially when you're going through any kind of detoxification. You want to purify the blood, and then you want to use it to also, alleviates the brain fog and changed my way of day of time I'm eating. So I'm doing the 5 o'clock regime where we get that good ginger and garlic down, and then let it settle, and I have some lemon tea or ginger and lemon tea in the morning before I get my day really going. And I do my meditation or prayers or whatever my spirit is calling, and that allows just the resonance to change. The vibration becomes higher. The body is purifying. My skin cleared up. I didn't have the gas and stuff like you
That's
talked
right.
about.
Mm-hmm.
And so getting off of these starches also help. And this is so important. Like Mama Naasira said, when we get 50, 60, and 70, we have to change the mindset and
Mm-hmm.
eat for our health. Mama Naasira, what else would you like to
Well,
share with
I
us?
know that eating definitely helps your mind,
Hmm.
because when I was in college, by the time I was 21, I lived alone.
Hmm.
And every morning I would have herbal teas with
Hmm.
honey. And I noticed my mindset was a lot more advanced than those who were drinking coffee and
Hmm.
sugar. You
Hmm.
know, they would be tired and,
Get that
but I,
crash. Yeah.
yes, and still, I'm 71. I could still actually
Hmm.
stay up as long as I did when I was 18, 19, and 20.
Wow.
And that's because I have eating healthy all my life after
Hmm.
that experience with hepatitis.
Hmm.
And I mean, some people with the hepatitis, they wouldn't be here today. But
Correct.
because I go with the change, I
Hmm.
mean, there's things that I'm doing now, I'm trying to limit it,
Hmm.
like chocolate. I
Hmm.
like really good chocolate.
Hmm.
I mean, I can't eat 2 or 3 of them anymore. I just eat one and I let it go. I suck on it as long as I can. And, you know, chocolate is good.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's all about discipline and portion size. So
Yes.
for me, I didn't know the amount that I was eating wasn't correct, and especially for my body type. It's
Mm-hmm.
very important that we get in tune, do research, and find out what works for us as individuals, because everybody's different and we have to really respect where people are in their journey.
Mm-hmm.
And I really appreciate how when I transitioned to eating more vegetables and the vegan and getting your foods, that
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't heavy on the system. Like she says, you do get a lot of energy and the body is really satisfied. My body was satisfied. And for me, that was a game changer. I'm like, I'm all in, I'm doing this. I did 17 days of just juicing,
Mm-hmm.
and
Very
oh my
good.
goodness. And then I stopped. So I'm starting back Thursday, but it's to keep going that's so important. Just keep on keeping on,
Mm-hmm.
family, my soul tribe, in recovery and health, nutrition. It's optimal. It's
Yeah.
optimal to regain your balance, your mental clarity, and your spirituality. We are what we eat, family. So let's eat for our health. Mama, can you tell us about your books?
Yes. Well, since I have been into health and nutrition for many years, in my 40s, I noticed that the body really changed. I had cysts in my breast, and I had never had mammogram. And all of my lady friends, they
Wow.
had that. And I was thinking, I'm not sure if I want to do it. So I called up 11 women and I asked them about their experience with the mammogram. And they said, oh, yeah, I've done it. It's not a problem.
Mm,
So I decided to do it. And that was a very difficult experience for me because I had started cleaning up my body. I had stopped eating meats and I started eating more red bell peppers and yellow bell
that's my
peppers.
favorite. Yes,
Yeah,
they're
when you
sweet.
put all of that together, like a Mediterranean lifestyle, when they put that radiation through my breast, I was really challenged. So I went straight to the health food store and I talked to a nutritionist there. And I told her I had gotten this mammogram and no one could tell me not to do it. She said, well, I wish you had come here because I'm 53 and I have never had it. So she recommended this what is it? Parde Arco. Are you
Party
familiar with
Arco,
that?
yes.
That is
Uh-huh.
good with reducing the inflammation out of your breast and any part of the body.
Right.
And it also gets all of those toxins that we've had in our body for all of the years of
Yes.
our lives. When I was 45, that's when I changed.
Yeah. Party Arco and Golden Seal is a great detoxifier for the system, especially
Right.
when you're detoxing off of drugs and alcohol. It cleanses, it helps with inflammation
Yes.
and for your nerves to come back online. We've deadened our body with all of these toxins, and so that just helps bring it back, and you do feel better. I've used it personally early on. So
And
let's share your
also, yeah,
books.
the books here. This is Spicy Tasty Vegan Cuisine, and this is an informative guide for the melanated people. And because our bodies are different, when you talk about blood type, I'm type A positive. So that means that I was actually born to be more plant-based. I could not eat a lot of acidics. I had rashes and just a lot of challenges. So I thought it was important that we made this the melanated one so
Yes,
that we can know that our bodies are different. Um, our bones are more stronger than European bones.
yes,
So therefore, we have to make sure we have the proper foods for our bones, like MSM, turmeric. Um, zinc is important. I mean, all of those superfoods really helps us to stay strong. And we have a lot of trauma that we've experienced. Some of my illnesses, like you said, hepatitis, didn't necessarily come from just that experience of leaving home. It was because I came up in a very stressful environment. And it's inside.
Yes, stress will
Yeah,
kill.
stress is the number one killer. So this book has a lot of information. I have information on different herbs and spices, giving the information on the medicinal factors of it, like carrots here. A lot of people don't like to eat carrots because the yellow ones, the orange ones, they have been somewhat hybrid, yes. So they have the black and
And
they
the
have the
purple.
purple,
Yes.
yeah. But I still use the orange because I use it with the combination of the other vegetables like the beetroots and
Yes, ma'am.
of course you have your in my salad I have all the different greens in there. I put in the kale and spinach and arugula, small amounts of that, and then I have the lettuce, the cucumbers.
My grandmother told me, and she would always remind me, eat your collard greens once a week, and you lived, and she lived to be 92.
That's right.
Yes, so greens, family. Calcium comes from greens. You don't have to drink milk for greens. You get it from your
And the
vegetables.
protein is
And the
there too.
protein. Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
all of that. We don't really have to eat flesh,
No.
but that's because we've been indoctrinated in our challenges in our lives. We got disconnected from our true nutritious values. We lost that. I mean, to learn that chia seeds has been around for centuries.
Yes.
And I'm thinking my mother never knew anything about that.
No, we didn't have that growing up.
No, we didn't. But at the same time, I'm really happy that I learned this in my 20s. It's because I got sick. And I was always the one that fed my friends. In my 40s, I catered to them because I had bought a new car. and I had gotten a divorce. So I was making stews with everything in season was in that stew, because also shopping at the what is it, farmers markets
Right.
is really good, and even going to health food stores. In the Gambia, you eat, when you in a different country, you eat accordingly
Okay.
because your body can adjust.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and yeah, the what I mean, I enjoyed it in the U.S. The summertime, I
The
had
summertime, we
watermelon,
look forward to it,
but
right?
this watermelon is really good here.
Mm-hmm.
So we should
That's true.
have it. You know, I mean, right now we're eating watermelon from Senegal,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really sweet. But the one we got yesterday, I can tell the season is changing. Why? Because next month is mango season.
Yes.
So now the mangoes are coming in, and that's a really good source of healing. And the mango
leaves.
leaves, very
Yes.
good.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I had actually jotted down a few things to let people know that it's really important to eat what's in your country. Um, of course, I have the chia seeds. Chia seeds is like my egg replacer.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's an egg replacer. Um, it's also good for diabetes, you know, keeping that at bay. It's your healthy omega 3s, you know, we
Get
need
out.
that.
I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, and it helps with the inflammation, get all that out of your stomach. You know, also it helps manage your weight. Um, and it's an antioxidant. In other words, you know, if you have these free radicals going on,
It
it
helps.
takes care of that. So that's for the chia seeds. Also, I have added in the flaxseed. Flaxseed is also an egg replacer. We put it in the cornbread
Okay.
and the cakes. You
Okay.
know, we made.
Now, I have heard of people taking flaxseed in the morning or just adding a little bit of flaxseed and chia seed to their diet along with their protein
Right.
to get rid of the cancer cells. So I
Yes.
have heard this information. A dear friend of mine told me to do it, and I'm like, I was younger. Now
Yeah.
I'm open to
Well, yeah,
trying
you can put the
anything.
chia seeds in your
Smoothie.
cereal in the
Yeah,
morning.
I
In the
do the
smoothies,
smoothie.
yeah.
Yes.
The smoothie. And
Mm-hmm.
aquafaba is another one. It's a real serious egg replacer. It's the liquid from the chickpeas. So I cook the chickpeas, and that liquid, after it cools, I pour it in a glass,
Wow.
a jar, and I refrigerate it. So if I want to make pancakes or waffles, you can
Use.
just get a cup of that, put it in a bowl, and you beat it, and it foams up just like an egg.
Oh
And then
wow.
you can just put it in there. And also, it's a good source of the B's, iron, folic, healthy fats, um, uh, with low in calories, sodium, sugar
I'm gonna
substitute.
use it. I'm gonna use it.
Yeah.
So, Mama Naasira, for time, we want to wrap it up. Can I see the book?
Yes, this is the
Okay,
book.
family.
This is the one for the melanated people, and this is the one this is #1 on Amazon. Yes.
Spicytastyvegan. You
And
can't miss with
and
this
this one is #1 in the UK.
in the UK.
Yes.
Wonderful. Now,
And
I've read this
yeah,
front to
you
cover. Yeah, back
yes.
to front.
Yeah, and also this one we have the recipes pretty much in here with 70 testimonies of friends and family that we prepared food.
Wow.
And it will
Okay.
tell you how the food actually changed their body. Now, this food is not necessarily food that you eat anywhere. This
No.
is medicine
Right.
because it's medicine for me. So what I
Mhm.
prepare for me, that's what I share with everyone.
Mhm.
Now, not everybody's ready for that acquired taste. You know, it takes time. And sometimes I may have a lot of herbs and spices in there,
Mhm.
people not used to it. But
That's
then
true.
after they see
The
the
benefits.
elimination,
Yeah.
yes, this
Yeah.
food will eliminate you. Sometimes I have eliminations 3 times a day.
That's
So
what
my
I'm trying to
stomach
get to.
stays flat,
Yes. Yeah.
you know, and chias and also moringa seeds. You should take the 1 or 2 of those daily.
Okay.
I have plenty. I have some if you like.
Thank you. Thank you. One of
Yeah.
my favorite quotes from Nietzsche and Daishoni says, changing poison to medicine. And this is exactly what the food does. Takes the poison that's in our bodies, change it. We eat for the medicine, and we live to see a better tomorrow. So, family, my soul tribe, I thank you so much, Mama Naasira,
Oh,
for
thank you for
for
this
allowing me.
opportunity.
Thank you so much, and
Yes,
we'll see you next time.
yes.
Love you.
Love you. Peace.